I do want to get to Nitrado and just
Yeah.
unpack server infrastructure. Can you explain that to someone who's a 5-year-old, like, or let's say 10-year-old? Because
Hmm.
I'm a gamer. I
Hmm.
play online games. I've played World of Warcraft my whole life. I've played games on console. I've been playing Arc Raiders, and the ability for people to do actions. I think we underestimate how quickly these signals have to be sent across the world for the
Yeah.
game to feel real time and just feel good that I'm speaking to someone while they're shooting, and all these things are happening in milliseconds.
Yeah.
H- I see it as magic. How would you explain it?
So I mean, actually, Nitrado is has been grown big over 20 years with a simple offer. You can have your own game server without any technical knowledge. That is basically the promise we keep since over 20 years. Have your game server, play with your bunch of people, friends, family, community, clan, guild, whatever it is, on your own server, on your terms, with your rules. Um, as easy as you install an app on your smartphone. That's the core promise, and that's what Nitrado delivers. And with that, there is a lot happening on the back end of things, literally. Um, so there is not only a server standing somewhere. There is an entire technical infrastructure that makes sure that this server is extremely well connected across the world to other instances, so that if you play with your friend from Los Angeles and the other friend from Australia, and there's a third one sitting in Europe, that all these folks can actually play together, and that whatever they do has a consequence in everybody other's client, within milliseconds, as you said. So, and to maintain this, you really need to build up, um, yeah, a lot of things and to optimize them over a long time. And this is basically, yeah, that's the promise of Nitrado. So that's one side of what Nitrado does. Um, and we have served, over the course of the years, we have served almost 6 million people across the world on all continents. Currently, we have around 250,000 servers active, running. People paying for it, plus 10, 20-fold people connected to it, playing on them. And But then there is something else came up the last 6 to 8 years, which is services for game studios. So with all the infrastructure that is there, with all this technical backbone, with all this content delivery networks in the background, and all the fast paths of data across the world, we obviously are very able and very experienced in providing this, and studios need the same thing. So when a studio offers a multiplayer game online and they offer servers for it, regardless if it's a session-based game, or it is a persistent game like an MMO, um, there are servers needed for that, to connect people and or to be the platform people have their assets on. And we provide studios with these servers, but we don't provide it as we call it bare metal. It's not the machine that is being in some data center and we say, hey, here is your access to this root machine. This is something other providers do as well. What we do on the B2B side of things, we offer a multiplayer, um, focused software layer on top of that. It's actually built on top of Agonis and Kubernetes on open source standards, and it offers what the industry calls orchestration. So it's an orchestration layer, and in addition to that, there is an anti-DDoS solution. We can talk about this in a minute, but the orchestration layer brings one thing specifically. It makes sure that you can host this game not only on bare metal or on cloud, but you can do both as a game studio. So you will have as many bare metal servers utilized as you want, and for the capacity you need, like release days, patch days, DLC releases, marketing campaigns, large player spikes that come planned or unplanned, they can be automatically um, yeah, we call it burst, but like sent to cloud hosters, you know? So, and this hybrid solution that you have bare metal on the one hand, which is more performant than cloud computing, because you don't share this machine as a studio with others. As like when you go to a cloud provider, you will always be on a shared resource. You don't know what is actually happening on that machine. If you do use bare metal, you are having this as a dedicated resource with all its CPU and RAM power, you know. So it's more performant to be hosting on bare metal, and it's much cheaper. It's much cheaper because you don't go into a contract that you can cancel any minute. So you do have to commit to a certain time frame, but this time frame is like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, whatever you want. Um, and then you get a much better price. So on the one hand, you have a higher performance, a higher hardware performance. On the other hand, you have a much lower price. So this is what we offer to studios, and it became through the last 2 years, 24 and 25, it became increasingly important because studios, there has been the term in the industry going around survive 25. So studios need to look at their cost, probably a bit more than this was the case in the pandemic situation where everybody was locked in at home and was playing games. So, and this offer, the software layer we offer on top of this bare metal hosting, this is our second solution or our B2B offering we have for the industry. And in addition to that, we have a patented anti-DDoS solution called Steel Shield, something that is patented because it does protect game servers and has been created for game servers, and it protects game servers in a way that no other solution out there protects them. And it keeps game servers alive under attack. So while other solutions basically take down the attack parts of the infrastructure to protect the rest of the infrastructure, we go another way and we keep this specific attacked server still alive under attack. And yeah, as I said, patented because it's unique, and we have pretty large studios rely on this solution, and we are very proud to be to have been selected by them to serve them.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have grown immensely. I was doing some reading last night, and it's really cool to see how quickly Nitrado's grown.